I'm Zoe Drew and I'm going to talk to you about some updates to training. First off, we're going to look at the significant changes to the way that NEBOSH qualifications are examined. We're going to look at some expiry reminders that we're sorting out for you, a couple of things that we're still going to do online, some new courses and the two biggest training essentials, and there's a special little offer for you at the end of that one. First up then, the changes to the NEBOSH examinations. So first of all, what's actually led to this? The big news really is that if you undertake a NEBOSH qualification now, it might be construction certificate, it might be the general certificate, or it might be the NEBOSH diploma, you will not have to sit a 2 or 3 hour written exam at the end of your course. Instead, we're looking at doing open book exams. And so you might get 24 hours or 48 hours for a certificate exam. If you're doing a diploma, then you're likely to be doing a far longer assessment, so more of a dissertation really than an examination for the diploma. Okay, the assignments are significant, there's a lot of work involved, but they are open book. We can do study around them. The focus really is about being able to prove on paper that we can apply the knowledge we've gained on these courses, and that might involve doing some research on the day in order to complete the assessment or the assignment. So it's not anymore about what can we prove we can remember in that 2 hour or 3 hour examination slot. So it's a big cultural change really around examinations, and I think this is opening doors to a lot of people who really want that knowledge, who want that career, but they feel held back by their fear perhaps of exams, or feeling that they're just not going to show the best of their knowledge in that environment. So far more open coming from NEBOSH. Next up, we have an improvement to safety net. So if you've undertaken training with us over the last few years, that certification will expire. It might expire after a year or after 3 years, or for CITB courses after 5 years. So from now on, you will receive an automatic email from us 2 months in advance telling you that the certification is going to expire and reminding you to rebook it. So it doesn't go out of date, and you can do refresher courses rather than resitting, for example, an entire 5-day SMSTS course. Simply do the refresher. So watch out for those emails coming in. We really hope this is going to be a useful thing for you for your training administration. Okay, online training. So we didn't enjoy doing this particularly because of COVID, and we're very glad to be back in the classroom. But there are a couple of courses where it actually might make a lot of sense to continue doing these online, and so we're going to offer that service to you. First up is the asbestos refresher. So this is run through UCATA. You can do the course online from the comfort of wherever you might happen to be, and there's an online examination that UCATA have organised. And then secondly, we have an office safety course, which really works well for people who work in an office and don't necessarily want to get in their car and come to a training centre. They can sit in that office environment and go through the course with us. So those two courses, we're still going to offer those online. Okay, we've got 2 new courses for you this year. Both really have come about through requests from clients. First one is harness for users. So there'll be plenty of people out there that of your staff that use harnesses as a day-to-day thing, or maybe just occasionally. So the harness for users course will teach them everything they need to know about what they need to check on their harness, how to wear it properly, how it should be attached, the different purposes, the different uses, all the other information that they need to use that vital life-saving equipment safely. Secondly, we have confined space awareness. This is a half-day course which gives a good overview about how work in confined spaces should be done safely. So this is really aimed at, for example, site managers who would be having confined space work done in their workplace on their construction site, might not be getting involved with it themselves, but they need to understand what the other people are doing. Also useful for supervisors of confined space work and people who might dabble around the edges of it a little bit. Okay, so two half-day courses for you there, harness for users and confined space awareness. If you've got any questions on these, just call us up. We can send you the fact sheets and we can talk you through what they involve. Of course, information on the website as well. Now we have 2 absolute essential courses that we feel it's incredibly important for everyone to undertake. Firstly, we have risk assessment, and secondly, we have workplace stress. Now, risk assessment is, the lack of, is mentioned in almost every accident investigation carried out by the HSE. If a suitable and sufficient risk assessment had been carried out, the accident would not have occurred. And we see all sorts of issues around this in various workplace environments, audits and assessments that we do. So risk assessment isn't a dark art, but it is a very, very important workplace skill. We have to understand the process of risk assessment to feel confident in it, to speak the language of it. So if you feel a little bit uncertain about risk assessment, if you believe that it's all about the paperwork, this is the course for you. It isn't about the paperwork. It's about the thought processes, the problem solving, getting other people involved, and feeling confident in how to undertake a risk assessment and how to communicate it to your employees. Second up, we have workplace stress. Now, this has been a growing issue, a growing subject for years, and it's been exacerbated by the COVID situation. So it's not going away anytime soon. It's a massive business cost. It costs the economy millions of pounds per year in damage done to people's mental health and also through time lost due to people being off sick. Okay, so it's vitally important that we understand the causes of workplace stress so we can look at how we deal with it, how to prevent it. So on this day-long course, we run it like a workshop, and we'll get a good understanding of some mental health conditions, how workplace stress assessments can work, the 6 management standards that the HSE require us as employers to implement for our employees as well. So there is good tangible stuff to be learnt here on the workplace stress course. Now, these 2 courses are so essential and so fundamental that we really want as many people as possible to undertake them. And so you'll be glad to know that if you book on any of these, if you book one place, you will get the second place absolutely free. So the more the merrier. Come along, get that essential knowledge under your belt, and we can really look at tackling all aspects of risk assessment and all aspects of workplace stress. Thank you very much.